Hello and welcome to Fantails. And you wanna know what? This is the tale of how. Hello YouTube, hello Facebook, hello the world overall. My name is Gavin. That's Golden Freddy. I really need to fix him up. And welcome to part 1 of When the Gods Froze Time. Now part 1 is going to have Team Deities, Applies, and Ice Kipsy 1v1v1ing. So this is going to be a little bit confusing, and hopefully I don't fuck up too badly. With that said, let's begin. Boom. Alright, so this is the tale of when Deities, Applies, and Ice Kipsy fought over a woman. Okay, so here we go. Alright, so one day Deities was, chilling at home doing his thing, watching Jerry Springer, and on a special about, shaving the whales and not letting them grow bigger beards than they actually need, because whales really don't need beards at this point in time. So when he's, surfing the web, surfing channels and everything, and all of a sudden on channel 17 he sees this awesome looking woman, just absolutely hot beyond all belief. He's like, I've got to have that woman. She's out there on the beach. I really need that woman. But he spies in the corner of the shot Applies, who's like sauntering over, like, hey, how's it going? And Deities are like, oh, fuck that, we're not having this right now. So he gets in his Corvette, which has jello molded seats and, 4 Chris Hemsworth statuettes with the little bobbleheads and the Thor hammer going, you shall not pass, even though that's a horrible quote. And so he gets in the car, he bolts down the street, but then he has to slam on his brakes because Ice Kipsy is taking his sweet ass time to cross the street. And Deities is going, come on, get over there. And then he notices that there are several other smaller Ice Kipsies following him. He's like, son of a bitch, there's a whole entire pack. And so he checks his phone again. He sees that Applies is getting closer and closer and closer to the woman. He's like, oh, fuck this. So he guns it, runs over a couple of the Ice Kipsies and gets to the beach in time, launches himself out with a rocket-powered ejector seat and just, get away from the chick! Bam! Slams a fist directly into Atlas's face, and Atlas goes flying, skidding across, and the girl just freaks out. She's like, oh my god, I can't believe you hit him. And Deities is like, oh god, your voice, but your face, but your voice, but your face. And so he's like, I'm confused. But Applies just replies with like a double kick to the chest and face, and he goes, oh shit, that hurts. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ice Kipsy comes back, and he's got like 2 batons. So he smacks Applies in the face, and with the other one knocks Deities in the knee. And Deities and Applies are like, oh crap, it's on now, it's fucking on right now. So Deities pulls out Morning Star, and Applies pulls out a broadsword, and so Applies swings, Deities counters with the Morning Star. The Morning Star connects with the sword. The sword goes slinging towards Kipsy. Kipsy ducks, returns in kind with another backwards flip kick that launches the sword towards Applies' head. Applies barely manages to dodge the sword before it makes a nick in his arm. He's pissed. He decides to forget the sword, launches a right hook at Deities, who deflects the right hook towards Ice Kipsy. Ice Kipsy takes the blow in the face. He responds by, smacking both Deities and Applies. Applies replies with knee to the gut of Deities, who buckles over and then bashes in the side of the inside right knee of Kipsy. Kipsy is in pain. He's rolling on the floor. Deities is on the floor gasping for air. Applies is running towards the girl. The girl turns around and maces Applies, and she's like, I ain't no one's trophy. And so on and so forth. And all of a sudden, Applies runs back to Kipsy and Deities with like these 2 bouncing betties. He flings them and grabs 2 sticker grenades, flings them out like Spider-Man slinging a loogie. The sticky bombs smack Deities in the face and Kipsy in the leg, and the bouncing bass just stick right on the faces. So they know they're screwed. They're pulling out, and all of a sudden they decide to run towards Applies when they hear like beep, and they know they're screwed. So they only have like 3 seconds left before their fates are sealed. So they give Applies a group hug, and the bouncing Betties just were faster and faster and faster, and they're all screaming their heads off. And then it turns out that they weren't really bouncing Betties. They were just, bouncing Betties filled with cocaine and sprinkles, which I think is everyone's favorite meal of the day. I'm not even sure about that. I've never had cocaine and sprinkles. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Team Deities and Ice Kipsy get knocked out. They are gone. And so Applies runs back to the girl, who proceeds to mace him again and again and again till he's on the floor. She just does not stop macing him. She just pulls out canister of mace after mace after mace after mace. He's like, don't tase me, bro. And then she pulls out 2 tasers and bam! And so Applies is out of the running. Kipsy, he gets back up, he sees Deities, he pulls out another baton, and he raises his hand, and just as he's about to bring it down, Deities swings back up, knocks the baton right between the eyes of Kipsy. Kipsy goes down for the count. Deities goes towards the gal, and he scores a number. But it turns out that the woman is married. So, victory for Team Deities. Anyways, that is part 1 of When the Gods Froze Time. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, leave a like. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, because I'm always uploading new content for you to enjoy. And as always, boom shakalaka, I will see you like a beast in the next video. Peace. Hello YouTube, hello Facebook, hello the world overall. My name is Morgan Gavin, that's Golden Freddy, and welcome back to When the Gods Froze Time, a 6-part Season 1 starter for Fan Tales, which is going to have an overarching plot and a whole crap load of weirdness. Let's go on to part 2, in which 3 contestants from Team Deities, Air Clan, and Ice Clan go head to head to head. Alright, let's get it started. Alright, so one night Morbid was having a serious bagel craving. He was just like, man, I gotta have this bagel. I gotta have the most awesome bagel. It's gotta have jalapenos, tomato sauce, tangy barbecue, marshmallows, nachos. He was just in a superior bagel craving mood. Like, no joke. Absolutely no joke whatsoever. Oh, stay right there, you big head son of a bitch. So he goes out. He gets in his 17-wheeled Ferrari because he was rich as hell and desired unnecessary attachments to things that already worked fine on themselves. And he's driving past and he's going, man, I gotta have this bagel. I gotta have such an awesome bagel. And all of a sudden, Eric Bexel pulls up in like this giant-ass monster truck. Just these wheels that have tractor blades on them that dig into the concrete and rip everything out. Because Eric Bexel's a construction worker of the most awesome kind. He's the kind that takes a job and makes it so badass looking that all the other tractors are like, whoa, we got a badass over here, pull up, pull up. And so Bexel and Morbid lock eyes right here. Yeah, you know what you're doing. And Morbid's like, I just want a fucking bagel. And Bexel's like, I'm gonna get that fucking bagel because that bagel's mine. And Morbid's like, no, it's mine. So all of a sudden they get this racer mentality. So Morbid just and revs his 17 wheels, which causes a cloud of smoke to just waft into Bexel's, cab in his giant ass monster truck, and all of a sudden Vexel gets pissed off and he's like, hey, 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 which digs a whole crap load out of the road underneath him because his wheels are kind of like the Batmobile in the way that they just dig the utter crap out of the concrete. And so they're just waiting for the green light to go, and it goes from red, and then they shift into second. Yellow, they shift into fifth. Green, they shift into 15th because their cars are fucking badass like that. And so they just peel off, go passing people and cars left and right, baby strollers getting out of the way, Batmobiles just shrieking and pissing themselves in all kinds of different lubricant and brake fluid. Little old ladies hurrying their ass up across the street because fuck that logic if they think they're gonna get run over. And all of a sudden they turn corner after corner, going between buildings, going up buildings, going over buildings, even going through Mr. Rogers' building, which he wasn't too pleased. He's like, would you like to be my neighbor? Not with that kind of fucking attitude. And all of a sudden, you know, one of the newer recruits of the city's PD department, nicknamed Ice Minds, because when he starts working, everything's frozen solid. Notices the two drag racers in the unusually large and complicated vehicles, and he turns on the siren like a whoop whoop and starts peeling out after them. And he's like going, car 54, we got a big old chase going on. I repeat, we got a big old chase. And so they're just ignoring things left and right, and all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, this huge barrier pops up, and all three cars just slam into it at full speed. Bexel goes flying out first. He lands about 70 feet away. Morbid flies out. He lands 20 feet away. Ice Mind flies out. He goes like maybe 35 feet, and they're all in this perfect triangle. And so Morbid has his hands on a KSG and a riot shield. Bexel's got his hands on the dual-wielding magnums. And Ice Mind is knocking shit out with a bladed sniper rifle. And so they're just circling each other. And Ice Mind is like, okay, so what's this all about before we get started? And Bexel's like, man, this wimp over here, he done challenged me to a street race. And Morbid's like, dude, all I wanted was a fucking awesome bagel. And Ice Minds is like, well, I'm going to have to give you speeding tickets. And he's like, no, I got to have that fucking bagel in my hand right now. And Bexel's like, nah, the only way you're getting that bagel is through me. And all of a sudden, it is on. In the three of them, Ice Minds, Bexel, and Morbid, freeze in place. It's like a standoff of epic proportions. The wind blows through, people shutter their windows even though there's no fucking shutters, it's only that little thing and everything else. Babies run away, they abandon their strollers, they're like, yeah, fuck this shit, I don't care if there's a lolly in there, I'm getting the fuck out of here. It's just tense as all hell. Even Batman, who's unshakable in his bravery and his courage and his detective skills, is like, oh my god, I want my dead parents. And all of a sudden, something drops in the distance like a tiny shot glass. It's like clink, and all of a sudden, Morbid charges towards Bexel with the riot shield while aiming the KSG over at Ice Minds, who dodges the first shot and lands a couple of rounds in the window part of Morbid's riot shield. Meanwhile, Bexel tries to pull the riot shield away and like backhand Morbid, who takes the hit and flips and forward flip kicks Ice Minds in the back of the head, landing his face into an upcoming Bexel's fist. Ice Minds narrowly dodges the uppercut, does the dodge roll, and focuses the blunt end of the sniper rifle towards Morbid's head. Morbid, again with perfect timing and luck, deflects the rifle butt towards Bexel, who takes it full on in the sternum. The sternum kind of cracks. And Bexel takes this opportunity to like smack him a couple of times with the edge of the riot shield, knocking him to the ground and causing him to kind of pass out a little bit. Meanwhile, Ice Minds puts a few rounds in the another part of the window of the riot shield, causing it to break just a little bit more. Morbid then fires off a couple of rounds at Ice Mines, whose scope gets shot off. So he does a couple of no-scope shots, hoping for the best. The recoil of it accidentally smacks Morbid like in the forehead with the barrel still hot, and there's this little burn mark in there. And he's like, "Oh God, I just want that fucking bagel. Why won't you let me get that fucking bagel?" And that's Mine's like, "I gotta give you that ticket, man. Why are you doing this?" "Because I want the fucking bagel." "Dude, no, you gotta calm down. It's just a bagel. It's not any bagel. It's the king of all bagels." And all of a sudden, Arab Bexel gets up and he's like, "Man, I gotta fuck this shit. I got stuff to do." But before Bexel can even get out of the ring, Ice Mines grabs him by the collar and just flings him at Morbid. Morbid, sensing that, maybe his riot shield won't do enough, just tosses the thing, clotheslines Bexel like right in the throat, causes his head to knock against Ice Mines, who apparently just gets knocked the fuck out. And he just kind of staggers a little bit before falling over to his knees, and Morbid like walks up to him like real slow, like, "Oh my God, you just done pissed off the wrong bagel craving son of a bitch right now, huh?" And he aims the barrel of the KSG at the back of Arab Bexel's head and goes, "Any last words?" And Bexel looks up at him, smiles, and goes, "Yeah, duck." And he's like, "No." And so he ducks, thinking Bexel's got something planned for him, and Bexel does, just not what he was thinking. He grabs like a Peking duck from a local restaurant that's nearby and just starts smacking the utter shit out of Morbid with it. Morbid goes down, but Bexel's not done with him. He's like, "You dare challenge me to a monster truck race?" And Morbid's like, No, I just want a fucking bagel. Here's your fucking bagel, bitch." And so with like a mighty just punch to the face, Bexel just knocks the shit out of Morbid. And then just force feeds him the Peking duck guy. "Oh my God, here's your bagel. Here's your awesome bagel. Here's your motherfucking awesome bagel." And Morbid just backs off. He just goes, "All right, man, you win. And Bexel goes, "Nah." So he picks up Morbid's riot shield and just tosses it as hard as he can towards him. In a surprising turn of events, Morbid faints, but right as Ice Mines has gotten up, Ice Mines grabs the shield and chucks it back at Arab Bexel, who wasn't expecting it at all. Takes it full on with the corner, just smacking him in the head. He goes flying. His face just smashes through a windshield. No, not a windshield. A rearview mirror of a Hummer, and he is out. And Ice Mines does his job and drops the 2 tickets and goes, "You have the right to remain knocked the fuck out." So, Ice Mines is the winner of that one. Congratulations, Ice Clan. Anyways, if you like this video or if you like this video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, drop a sub. And as always, I'll see you like a beast in the next video. Peace. Hello YouTube, hello Facebook, hello the world overall. My name is Gavin, that's Golden Freddy, and welcome back to part 4 of When the Gods Froze Time. Tonight's 3 lucky 3 are Zombie Bill Cams, Aerotoxic, and Zayadanan. So, and this is the tale about how Zayadanan went to the grocery store. Alright, so Zayadanan, being a really thrifty shopper, was like, "Okay, I'm going to coupon the crap out today because I've got a lot going on." One second. And so he was going through the coupons and he saw like this massive deal. A whole entire pumpkin with a giant turkey stuffed inside it, with a chicken stuffed inside that, with a duck stuffed inside that, and with a game hen stuffed inside that, for only, I'm gonna say, $13.55 total. So he's like, yes! And then he reads the he reads the coupon, and he's like, all right, if I use this coupon, I get like 3 cents off. That's 3 cents I could use for sales tax. So he's about to get to the store because, you know, he's just all over the place. He went from the taco mart to the movie theater to the gas station, and finally he gets to the store. But who else should be there but Aerotoxic? And Aerotoxic's like, dude, I'm gonna get that pumpkin, turkey, chicken, duck, game hen, and I'm gonna save that 3 cents, and you're not gonna be able to. And then all of a sudden, Zombie Bill Cams just kind of zips past me like, fuck you, I got this whole thing down on lock. And so they each, you know, grab a card and they're just shoving and pushing in the security guards like, I'm sorry, we're going to have to tell you that that coupon that you're all fighting for with a pumpkin, turkey, chick, duck, a game hand, that thing, we stopped it. Too many people were complaining about, you know, their heads being blown because their minds kept getting locked out of their skulls. And first thing Zombie Bill Camps does is like, that. No, that's gotta be a lie, because you want the pumpkin, turkey, chicken, duck, game hand, don't you? And the security guard's like, well, I'm not gonna lie. But by the time he got to they bolted past him, and so Zayadin like bolts for the frozen fruit section because there's a direct route to the pumpkin, turkey, duck, chicken, and the game hen, and you know he's on his way over there. Aerotoxic darts through the snack aisles because it's just a direct route. There's no going left, right, up, down, middle, center, or anything like that. And Zombie Bill Cams, he just plows right through the aisle shelves because, you know what? That's it. No one's gonna stop him from getting some sweet pumpkin, turkey, chicken, duck, game hen on his plate tonight. And so they're like making their way to it, and about halfway there, someone lobs a flashbang over the aisle, and it just knocks out Aerotoxic's Cypherman. He's like, oh god, and he runs into the yogurt. Meanwhile, out of habit, he tosses a sensor grenade over to his left, where, you know, Zayadin is like almost there. So he trips the sensor mine. It goes off and knocks him back a couple of feet. Zombie Bill Cams managed to sidestep a couple of rounds because at this point it's all out war. And so he's bouncing from shelf to shelf to shelf to shelf. And Aerotoxic's like, no, I can't believe this is happening. So he pulls out a KSG and just starts plugging away, but all his shots are missing. And finally just chucks the thing like a boomerang. And it catches the Zombie Bill Cam's left foot. And so he falls to the floor inside this one big lady shopping cart, and she's got like 10,000 bags of Skittles because she wants to taste the rainbow, so much so that it freaks her dentist out. So Zayadin finally gets to the pumpkin, turkey, chicken, ducket game. Okay, so Zayadin is almost there. Zombie Bill Cams gets knocked into a big lady shopping cart filled with 10,000 bags of Skittles. And Aerotoxic is right there. He's right there. He's within arm's reach of the pumpkin, turkey, chicken, ducky, game hen. And there's absolutely nothing stopping him. Except for the fact that the security guard just sneaks up right behind him and smacks the back of the head with a nightstick going, no, that's my pumpkin, chicken, turkey, game hen. And He's like, you can't take advantage of the 3-cent coupon discount. And the security guard's like, yes, I can, because I don't really work here. And it turns out that it was Keemstar that was posing as the security guard the whole time. So Aerotoxic does the only thing that he can. He just takes out a ballistic knife and tosses it at Keem. It nails him in the shoulder and pins him to like a 14-pound bag of flour. And he's just struggling, going, this is gonna go on my next video. And Zombie Bill Cams is right there too. He's like within arm's reach, so he's having a stare down with Aerotoxic, and all of a sudden Zaidanon pops up, and now there's this 3-way standoff. Zaidanon's staring at Aerotoxic, Aerotoxic's staring at Zombie Bill Cams is just staring at the Pumpkin Turkey Chicken Ducky Game Hen, and when all of a sudden the lights go out, and everyone's just freaking the fuck out, like, oh god, I can't believe the lights have been just messed up, why? And the lights come back on, and the Pumpkin Chicken Turkey Game Hen thing, fur perp, is nowhere to be seen. Except there's this note, and it's on top of it is a chicken pot pie, and the note says, well, I'm sorry boys, but I guess Phase Apex got to you again. So the three go their separate ways, and Zaidanon, he gets in his car, he takes out his bag, and there's a note. And underneath that note is the Pumpkin Chicken Turkey Ducky Game Hen. And it's like, you know what? You're pretty awesome. So, here you go. You win. And that's the tale of how Zaidanon, Zombie Bill Cams, and Aerotoxic went shopping. The end. So, if you like this video, then hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe, because I'm always uploading new stuff for you guys to enjoy. Anyways, as always, I will see you like a beast in the next video. Peace. Hello YouTube, hello Facebook, hello the world overall. My name is Morgan. My name is Morgan Gavin, that's Gold Pretty, and welcome to Part 5 of When the Gods Froze Time. Today's 3 are going to be Apes, aka RNH, who will be pronounced as Akarunhi, and Incent FR, who will just be pronounced as Incent Fur, because why the hell not? Sorry, I got a nose there. Alrighty, so this is going to be the tale of how Incent FR had to break the Microsoft paperclip. So, Incent Fur was writing an article on the benefits of Spider-Man having Captain America's shield, as opposed to Black Panther having the Winter Soldier's arm. And he couldn't really think of anything good, so he began just typing, writing them words. And for a while this worked, until the Microsoft paperclip popped up, and it's like, it looks like you're writing a debate on why Spider-Man with Captain America's shield is better than Black Panther with Winter Soldier's arm. Do you need help with it? And, Incent Fur was like, no, I don't need help with it. No. And the Microsoft paperclip was, like, well, it looks like I'll be opening up a portal to hell in your file folder marked forbidden porn. And Incent FR was like, oh god, no, not anything but that. So the Microsoft paperclip grew a tiny pair of horns and was like, blah 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 blah. blah, 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 blah. And he summoned Apes, who was like, I am the guardian of this realm, this file folder marked ultra porn. How may I be of assistance? And Microsoft Paperclip was like, it looks like you're guarding a file folder marked ultra porn. Could I get you to step out of the way, please? And Apes was like, no, I'm not. I fight for the user. And the Microsoft Paperclip was like, well, I'm a demonically possessed Paperclip. What are you gonna do about it? And Apes goes, I will summon a portal to Akarunhi, and he shall defeat you, for he is also a Microsoft Paperclip, but from God. And so he opens up the portal to hell. Another portal to hell, not the Microsoft Paperclip's portal to hell. And out pops A.K. Renhe, or Akar Renhe, who's like, oh my god, I'm so badass, I'm so awesome. Watch me bend this paperclip. So he grabs the Microsoft Paperclip and bends him in half and flings them like a boomerang. And the Microsoft Paperclip's like, oh snap, I just got bent and fucked. And then Instant FR was like, you know what, I'm done with this. So he saved it and sent the article. And that's the tale of how Instant FR fought off a horde of demonic paperclips. The end. So remember, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, because I'm always uploading new content for y'all to enjoy. And as always, boom, I'll see you like a boss in the next video. Peace. Hello YouTube, hello Facebook, hello the world overall. My name is Morgan Gavin. There is no Golden Freddy at the moment. And welcome back to part 6 of When the Gods Froze Time. Tonight's trio, beep beep beep, is going to be Candle 947, DZ and Zon, and Advon VFX. And this is the tale of how IHOP just shut down completely over 5 pancakes. You know this is going to be good, because I do not mess around when it comes to these kinds of stories. And as you can tell, new settings. So, woo! Alrighty, so, Candle, Advon, and Zon were, they're roommates. They've been rooming with each other for about 2 years, and Candle was like, you know what, we should celebrate this. We should really, really celebrate this. We've been rooming together, dealing with a whole tidal wave of random ass bullshit for 3 years. And Zon was like, yeah, that's right, we should go for pancakes. And Advon's like, yeah, we should go to IHOP. And Candle's like, nah, I don't feel like IHOP. What about Burger King? And fuck you, Fly. Oh, you were such a pain in my ass. And so Zon was like, nah, what about McDonald's? They have awesome pancakes. And Cyber Doug's like, you know what, we should go to like Farmer Boys because they have awesome pancakes and whatnot. And Advon's like, you know what, Cyber Doug, you're right, we should go to IHOP. And Cyber Doug's like, no, I said Farmer Boys, obviously you guys don't get it. And Ken was like, you know what, we should throw Cyber Doug out. He hasn't paid rent in like a good couple of weeks. And so they tossed his ass out into the recycle bin because he's just a toaster. They named Doug because one of them got really high one day. And they're like, this toaster's name is Doug. Doug can make toast. So the three of them go out to IHOP. And IHOP is this very, very prestigious place in this Taleverse, whatnot. And everyone's really excited about it because IHOP just released a, God, I wish there would make this room brighter, but apparently there's not. And IHOP just released this awesome thing where, you know, bring 3 friends, get 5 pancakes. And it seemed kind of weird to the trio that, you know, this would be going on. That these 3, hold on. 1, 2. Oh, God. Okay, so it seemed kind of weird to these 3 that IHOP would do something like this. Bring 2 friends, get 5 pancakes. It just seemed kind of weird and mysterious and not at all right. So they get there, and the server, who happened to be Zombie Batman's like, would you like a plate of justice? And Keanu's like, no, just table for 3, please. And he's like, all right, I need your brain. And they're like, no, we have IDs. And Zombie Batman takes a look at him and goes, brains, which kind of creeped Advon out just a little bit. So he's like, are you okay, Zombie Batman? And Zombie Batman's like, I died at the hands of Cyber Doug. And doesn't Zon's like, we need the toaster, Doug. And Zombie Batman's like, I died by a toaster. And all of a sudden, you know, the whole room just goes quiet, like, oh my God, they take a Zombie Batman off again. And he's like, yes, go sit down. And so they do. They find a nice corner booth all to themselves, pretty spacious, but the table just seemed like a little bit wider than it actually should be. And so they're like, okay, what the hell's going on? Why is this happening to us? Well, all of a sudden this like tower of dark, bloody fog infested with like lost Monopoly game board pieces pops up, and all of a sudden it's like Phase Apex, and he's like, hey, what, we 5 pancakes, and then he just disappears, and like a cloud of fart noises and disappointed moans from faraway trombonists. And so Candle's thinking to himself, man, this is the IHOP's kind of weird. What's going on here? Why is this happening? And Zon's like, man, don't worry about it. Cyber Doug, yeah, he beat Batman. And Advon's like, nah, it's Zombie Batman. Regular Batman's still alive and kicking out there somewhere in Gotham. And Zon's like, nah, man, that was regular Batman. And Advon's like, nah, man, that can't be. If Batman's now a zombie, what does that make Superman? And all of a sudden Superman comes by with like a mop, and he's all, you know, dressed down, his cape's really depressed. There's like a constant source of sadness streaming from one ear and a constant source of bad writing streaming from the other ear. And it's mainly from video games and everything else. And he's like, up, and away. And Kel's like, oh my God, disappointed Superman versus Zombie Batman. I would totally pay to see that movie. And Zombie Batman's like, we made that movie. How do you think we got like this? So their order comes about 5 minutes later from this Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist who's like, it's time to dine! And all 3 friends just kind of look at him like, shut up and go away. So they each have 1 pancake because, you know, 3 people, 5 pancakes, that kind of thing, and Candle's still trying to figure that thing out when all of a sudden it gets to the 2 pancakes, and it just goes dead silence in the booth. All 3 friends are just staring each other down like, oh, I'm going to get that pancake. Because when you have 3 friends and only 2 pancakes, one of those friends is going to get left in the dust. So it's ultimately a game of musical pancakes. So they stare off into the distance, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Cyberdug like pops up and goes, "I'm a toaster." And so I was like, "Yeah, you are." And that's when Candle and Advon VFX go to strike, but Cyberdug's too quick for them. He manages to snake one away, and Candles gets the other. And all of a sudden, there are two friends that are really, really disappointed, and they're like, "Why? Just why?" And Candle's like, "I'm hungry, and I'm the leader, so." And all of a sudden, someone screams, "There's a rat in my soup!" Or "There's a soup in my rat," which is really strange considering that IHOP only serves pancakes and other things that involve pancakes. It's a really weird store in this world. And all of a sudden, Health Inspector Schwarzenegger comes in like, "This place is getting closed down now." And RoboCop and Chef RoboCop's like, "End of the line, eggs." And all of a sudden, just all hell breaks loose. There's a bunch of shooting. There's a bunch of bullets bouncing off of the Terminator. Bullets bouncing off of RoboCop. ED-109's like this tiny little... Oh, long story short. Hello YouTube, hello Facebook, hello the world overall. My name is Morgan Gavin, that's Golden Freddy, and welcome back to part 2 of part 6 of When the Gods Froze Time. Last we left off, Candles and Add-on VFX had just eaten 2 of the, Candle, Zahn, and Add-on had just eaten 3 of the 5 pancakes, and then RoboCop burst into the kitchen and started making omelets for some strange reason, and then the Terminator was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be back because I'm here right now, so I'm just gonna fast forward and come back." So that's what he did. He took a VCR remote and he's like, "I'm fast forwarding through this," but you know, since it was a VCR remote, it made that weird little thing that, you know, VHS types make. And Cyberdug's like, I don't know, guys. What's going on here? Why are 2 robots fighting?" And then Keanu's like, "Because you ate the 4th freaking pancake, you ass." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was gonna do that." And then Zahn's like, "Oh my god, the toaster's talking to me. This is good." And Cyberdug's like, "You must be very, very tall." Because he burps awesomely like that. So, hold on, take Monster Energy Drink, the official drink for every Call of Duty gamer. Also, pure adrenaline by stabbing it directly into your eyeball. Monster Energy. It's like stabbing a needle into your eye. Not sponsored. So, Cyberdug's like, "Yeah, you must be tall." And Zahn's like, "Oh my god, man, that's so awesome." And Candle's like, but what the hell's going on here? Why is the Terminator here? We're just trying to enjoy 5 pancakes. Even though there's only 3 of us, so that means only 2 will be able to be split, and 1 of us will be left out. And all of a sudden RoboCop goes, "And a partridge in a pear tree, punk." And this kind of confuses Add-on. He's like, "Well, what the fuck is going on? We just wanted IHOP and pancakes. Is there anything wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with that?" And then all of a sudden, a cute, adorable little puppy decides to pop up, woo-woo, woo-woo, and he's like,
Happy Zombie Batman. That's what I did. Yes, I did."
And Zombie Batman's like, "Durs. And the cute little puppy's like,
"Oh my god. Oh, what's going on here? Oh my god. Zombie Batman, leave me alone."
And then it turns out that he's actually tiny Chewbacca. He's like,
Uh, Millennium Falcon.
And Candace is like, "Oh my God, that's Tiny Chewbacca." Tiny Chewbacca goes, "Brrr, brrr." And I was like, "Yeah, that's Tiny Chewbacca, but where's Tiny Han Solo?" And Tiny Han Solo's like, "I'm right here." Oh, wow, someone's getting jealous. And then Golden Freddy pops up and he's like,
Hi, I'm Golden Freddy.
and the Terminator's like, "Get the fuck out, no one cares." And then Freddy runs away to the sister location, where Baby's like,
Oh my god, you into IHOP.
and became like the Predator. And then the Predator came, and the Terminator's like, "If it bleeds, we can kill it." And the Predator's like, "Please." And spreads its facehugger face. And meanwhile, Robocop's done cooking all the omelets, and Tiny Chewbacca
Tiny Chewbacca.
goes,
I'll eat all the omelets if no one else will. Zombie Batman, you're going down.
Zombie Batman's like, "Oh, Justice, Joker, Mask." And Cybernetic Superman's like, "Oh my God, it's no right. Are you dabbing? You're dabbing, aren't you?" He's dabbing. And then Cybernetic Superman's like, "Oh, well, I have to go reprogram my hard drive." And so he and, zombie Batman were like, "Brains, justice, brains, justice, brains, justice." And it went like that through the whole entire drive home until, they crashed. And then zombie Batman died because his head got cut off. But, he's still Bruce Wayne. So it's like, "Justice, cute woman, justice, cute woman, justice, cute woman, charity." And then Superman's like, "Oh, we should go back to IHOP. I forgot to tip the waiter." And then an old man in the backseat goes, "Oh, you young punks." Meanwhile, back at the IHOP, the Terminator's still shooting at Robocop, and Robocop is still preparing omelets for some reason, because that's the only humane part of him left. And he's like, "Jane Austen novel. Why am I crushing the eggs into the pan like this? I don't know why. It seems kind of weird and wrong all at the same time." Meanwhile, the Terminator runs out of ammo. He's like, "Screw it. I shall, I'll take out my eyes and I'll just throw them at RoboCop, because my eyes they grow back even though I'm a machine." Yeah. And all of a sudden, the Terminator became Swedish. Meanwhile, a fight breaks out between the three guys, between Candles, DZ Enzon, and Add-on VFX. And, Add-on pulls out a bouncing Betty. He's like, "You know what? No one's touching that last blueberry, chocolate, strawberry, banana pancake except me." And so he's just about to put the Betty down, and then he goes, "No, not even me." And he takes out 4 sticky grenades and just runs over to the Terminator, and he's like, "Bush played Jenga on 9/11, and that's why people think he did 9/11. He just slaps the bouncing Betty onto the Terminator's face. And he's like, "My eyeballs! Now I've got sticky balls on my face." And there was much laughter to be had and much rejoicing. Yay! Meanwhile, the last pancake is still there, and Cyberduck slowly sticks his toaster hand out, and he's like, "I'm gonna get that thing. I'm gonna get that thing so bad." And Zon sees it, and so he just stabs a fork into Cyberduck, because, Cyberduck's toaster that he named while he was high, and there's like this father-son connection going on. And dab time.
Charger. Come on.
And then Will Smith pops in and he's like, yeah, let's get jiggy with it. And all of a sudden, a whole bunch of Jello men just kind of all over the place. And so the Terminator explodes. The bouncing Betty launches off of him. The sticky grenades explode one by one, knocking him further back and causing his nuclear-powered battery to just kind of implode a little bit, and all of a sudden his head goes from here to he's left with kind of a little derpy face like grrr. And so the bouncing Betty launches off the Terminator, smacks headfirst into RoboCop. RoboCop explodes. Alex Murphy gets launched out of the shell, just as head and lungs and maybe the right hand, which smacks an old lady in the face because she was talking smack about how cybernetics haven't advanced that far, and then it gives her the finger, turns into a demon. Then Ash Ketchum pops in with like a chainsaw hand. He's like, I choose you, Pikachu, and he's like, nee. Yeah. And then meanwhile, Candle, Zahn, and Add-on are just looking at all this chaos, and they decide to go home and play a game of Scrabble. Which, they forget Zahn, who's back at the diner, and then he's like, what the fuck? To be continued for the part 3 finale. Because, you know what? This story is too fucking epic. So, if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, because I'm always uploading new content for y'all to enjoy. And as always, boom! I'll see you like a beast in the next video. Peace. Hello YouTube, hello Facebook, hello the world overall. My name is Morgan Gavin, that's Golden Freddy, and welcome back to the third part of part 6 of When the Gods Froze Time, starring Candle, DZN, Zahn, and Add-on VFX. Now, I'm not even sure where we even left off, but apparently Zahn is back at IHOP, where a massive battle between RoboCop, who's in the kitchen making tofu pancakes, and the Terminator, who is just a really, really rude customer. And Zahn's like, okay, what the hell are we doing here? And Add-on bursts through the window with like a tiny pocket rocket, a Harley Davidson, and instead of doing like the ultra badass boom, 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 it goes bing, bing, bing. So it kind of sounds like he decided to ride a weed whacker into battle. So the first thing that happens is the Terminator, who's, signing bills, making sure that California is running right and everything, because at one point that glowy-eyed metallic bastard was in charge of the great Golden State, so to speak. And Zahn's like, Add-on, come on, man, save me. And Add-on's like, maybe I should order some coffee and cookies. And RoboCop's like, you should order some coffee and cookies. And then Zahn's like, no, fuck the coffee and cookies. You know what? I saw the Care Bears coming this way, and they look pissed. Their Care Bear stare is not a Care Bear stare. It's more or less just a hate bear stare. And he was right, because the Care Bears look nothing like their cartoony, fluffy, fat-ass selves. They looked more like fat, zombified monstrosities with cotton coming out of random parts of themselves and whatnot. And all of a sudden, out of absolutely nowhere, Candle comes in wielding 2 massive candlesticks, because that's his name and that's what he was born to do. He was just born made of wax. And thing about it was Candle didn't even care. He was just like breaking candlesticks left and right, just jamming them in like the Terminator's joints, hoping like the wax would just, you know, stiffen and harden and make the Terminator move. Now the Terminator's like, and just broke all the wax off. Then Candle's like, fuck it, I did everything I possibly could at this point. Except maybe put my damn shoes on. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like, the hyper beam attack popped out because Duxfield decided, you know what, now's the perfect time to show off my final form. So he shows off his final form, and he's like this big, hulking, muscular dude with like a really slim head and then ears that look like two other heads. And, you know, Zah's like, wow, so that's what they look like underneath all that fucking dirt. And Dugtrio's like, Dugtrio! And then Voltor, you know, the defender of your hamburger from last Tuesday is like, I will form the head. And Dugtrio's like, Dug fucking Trio. And then all of a sudden Earthsign decides to pop his like, Earthsign! And then Ash Ketchum pops up and goes, Ash Ketchum! And then Brock comes up and goes, Onyx! And then Onyx pops up and goes, Brock! And Missy comes up and goes, fuck all of you, I'm going home. And this just leaves Zahn, Adon, and Candle just massively confused. And they're like, come on, we gotta go home, Wheel of Fortune's on. And Zahn's like, fuck you, I don't like Wheel of Fortune. And Candle and Adon are like, you know what, screw you, we're going to IHOP because that's what we're gonna do. We need pancakes. We had pancakes at this IHOP. RoboCop decided to make omelets for some fucking reason. The Terminator showed up, tried to mess up the whole entire place. There's nowhere to sit. There are Care Bears with crazy ass meth faces coming in through the door, and all they're gonna order is lots and lots of coffee because that's just the way they fucking are. And Adon and Zan are like, well, we should probably go to the IHOP, you know, down the road over by, you know, Laverne and Shirley's place. And Kevin goes, hold on, did you just say Laverne and Shirley? Let's go there instead. And so that, my friends, is the awesome conclusion of me doing this motion over and over and over and over and over and over again. Also, the conclusion of When the Gods Froze Time. Now, everything I've talked about up to this point will be included in future fan tales. Also, I found a whole shit ton of other fan tales from the way past, and I still have these Sour Patch Kids. Weird. Okay. So, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button because I'm always uploading new stuff for you guys to enjoy. And as always, boom, I will see you like a beast in the next video. Peace. So, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button, because I'm always uploading new content for you to enjoy. And as always, I will see you like a beast in the next video. Peace.